Hi, Adam McChesney here. Thanks for coming to today's YouTube video. Excited about this topic. We're going to be talking about reading and listening to books. So before last year, January 2021, I had not read a book or listened to a book cover to cover in nearly a decade. And so that was a massive stepping stone for me in my self-development and entrepreneurial journey. And so since that, I started 75 Hard last year and finished it. Read, I think, 6 or 7 books last year. And this year, I've been reading a book a week or listening to a book a week on audiobook format. And it has tremendously allowed me to gain insights and be able to learn more about particular things that I'm interested in. Most of it is either personal development or entrepreneurial focused or particular aspects within my business that I need to get better at. And so being intentional and setting a goal, for example, of reading a book a week or listening to a book a week is obviously extremely important. But what you do with the information that you read in a book or listen in a book is even more important. You can read books all day long, but if you can't retain the information and recap it and review it and specifically understand what you're going to do with that information and how it's going to impact you and the people around you, then it doesn't matter if you read one book or 100, it isn't going to work. So one of the things that I do is I really like to focus on the recap portion of it and kind of retain, obviously, as much information as possible. So every single Thursday that I've done so far this year, I've recapped that book on a live video, most of the time on Facebook. Now it's on YouTube, on this YouTube channel and LinkedIn. But it helps me identify what I'm going to do with this information. And so if you're currently not reading a book right now, I encourage you to start out doing at least 10 pages a day. And if you hate reading, start listening to them. So far this year, I've read a bunch of books. I've read and listened to books at the same time, and I've also just listened to books. Whatever your vehicle of reading or listening to a book is in terms of consuming content, go and do it. Literally, there is no excuse in terms of not taking in that information or content. Used to be, hey, I hate reading. Okay, great. Now you can listen. I hate listening. Okay, great. You can go back to the old-fashioned way. I really like the audiobook format now and even doing a combination, but I still do just the reading aspect as well because there's certain books that I just like to read that I'm able to retain the information because I can see things, and they're also not on audiobook. I was really surprised by how much I liked the audiobook format. It's been a game changer for me over the past couple of months. But again, get into the habit of reading a book every single day. It will do wonders for you both personally and professionally. There's so much information that's out there. What I've been able to do with this information is cut down on the years it has allowed me to get somewhere or the mistakes that someone else has made and that I'm able to learn from them. The hard work does not go away with literally anything that you do. But if you can actually learn from someone that's already done what you're doing, or they've experienced struggle and success and everything in between doing the exact same stuff that you do, why would you not want to learn from that person? And so it's the same thing as we talked in a previous episode about podcasts in terms of replacing music with podcasts. Again, reading or listening to a book takes time. Carve that time into your calendar each and every single day. For me, it's a minimum of 30 minutes. If I'm reading 10 pages or I'm listening to a book, things like that. Most of the time, especially now that I'm in the audiobook format, it's at least an hour a day. Sometimes it's even closer to 2 hours if I'm working out twice a day or if I have long drive time. So start today. Start implementing this strategy of reading a book every single day. Put it in your calendar and find books that interest you. Find books that talk about where you're at in your life or where you want to be going, more importantly, and learn from people that have already done what you're looking to do. Thanks for watching today's YouTube video. I hope you take the route of implementing this today. Start reading a book every single day, put it in your calendar, and make it happen. We'll see you next week.